I think this person is an icon in their own right, someone who has contributed significantly to media, to adult content creation, to acting, to culture. Mustang, how are you?
I am doing great, my guy. How about yourself?
This is all about you. We want to know about you and your journey, what you're working on, and where you're at in your life today. So we'll start with where are you from and what was life like for you growing up?
So originally from Selma, Alabama. A lot of people don't know that. Most people think Chicago because I lived in Chicago for a few years, and Chicago was pretty much home for me. Chicago was when I found out who Mustang was.
Okay, so where did you get the name Mustang from?
So the very first entertainment show that I did, and that's professional word for stripper. The very first strip show that I did, uh, I was introduced to some people that was like, hey, this is a strip club, you know what I'm saying? You want to dance? I was going through some hard times in my life at the current moment that I didn't discuss with a lot of people, but I definitely needed money and I had a decent body. It wasn't what it is now. And I was just like, yeah, you know. And so they was like, well, what are we gonna call you, bro? What are we gonna call you? And I'm like, shit, I don't know. So they went through like a list of names. Like they just I was like, nah. And then the cat was like, what kind of car you drive? I said, I got a Mustang. He was like, Mustang. I like it. I was like, all right, we can go with it, you know. And from that night to this day, Mustang has become a brand. It's become a business. So
Hmm.
yeah.
It definitely has become a business. We've seen you evolve, as an entertainer and a person for many, many years. How long has it been now?
So I started this journey in 2012. So 13 years.
So you started as a stripper. What
Correct.
where did you get the courage to do that from?
Always been a wild card. Like even growing up and through high school and stuff, like I would be at the dance parties and I'd be crashing out. I could do a little 1-2 step, a little few moves here and there. Even graduating high school and going to clubs and parties, I was kind of like the life of the party. So I wasn't shy as it relates to like entertaining. Like I was just able to entertain.
Okay, so do you remember your first show?
My first show was here in Atlanta, Georgia, back in 2012 at a club that uh, is called In the Cut. It was off of Faulkner Road, way throwback days. And we still have versions of In the Cut now, but it wasn't what it is or what it was back then.
And so where did you get the courage to, because I mean, basically you go out and we know you got a nice body. So
Yeah.
where do you get the courage to show everybody what you got going on?
Um, money motivates me, if I be real with you. And in that particular time, it motivated me more so than it does now. Back then, I didn't know the business like I do now. And so I was all about the money. So I'm like, I got to be like one of the best. How do I do this? How do I do that? And so I watched a few people. I learned from a few people. I would get on the internet and study strippers and different things like that. And so when I went out, I just gave it my all, you know?
Is it something, is stripping, since that's what we're starting at, is that something that you ever imagine yourself doing?
So I did not, like I said, I always used to be a dancer. I was in the band in high school and different things like that. So I always had like a rhythm to me, but never in a million years did I think I would be a stripper. That just kind of happened by default, uh, life circumstances and situations. And it was like, bro, you got to do what you got to do. And this is easy fucking money. I'm looking at other people like, no judgment, like, okay, they making $300-400. And if they making that shit, I know I can make that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like,
Yeah.
bro, get out there and do your big one.
Now, with stripping, a lot of people look at it as purely sexual, and a lot of people overlook the artistic element of it. So, where do you find the balance between sex and artistry, or do you go for one more than the other?
I actually incorporate the both with a little bit of adding fantasy to it because it is sexual. It is also artistry, but it's also a fantasy. It's something that okay, I do because I want people to see, but not necessarily have. So how do you entice? Uh, how do you turn someone on without actually giving yourself to them?
Is that hard? Is that hard? Like we've had adult entertainers come on, and some are only sexual on camera, only sexual on stage. So what about you? Is that something that you only turn on for stage, or are you actually a sexual
Absolutely.
person?
No, so a little bit of both, but back in the day, I knew how to compartmentalize certain things. So I'm just like, hey, if you're gonna be good at this and people are gonna pay you, first they gotta have a level of respect for you. So even what they see, if you don't become normal with them or you don't normalize have a relationship with them or being cool with them to a certain degree, they're gonna always have a level of interest in you. So I just kind of kept to myself, if that makes sense. I would go out,
Yeah.
I would do my thing, I would make my money, but I wouldn't socialize with certain people. I would network with certain people, and I didn't allow myself to be comfortable with everybody. Not to say that I'm better than anybody or anything like that, but it's just like if you're gonna remain good in your craft and you're gonna remain wanted or relevant, should I say, you can't become so normal until people lose respect value for you.
Let's talk about Mustang as a brand, because I mean, obviously you approach it with this you have this very refined approach at how you do this. So for you, what makes an effective brand?
For me, I even when I got into entertainment, I always wanted to do other things. So I said, how can I make this a platform to expose all of my other talents and crafts? And so instantly I got involved in fitness and I've been in fitness ever since. I've gotten two LLCs from it. I have two certifications, both NASM, AAAI, and I just began to capitalize off of it. And people are like, oh man, you keep investing in your body. Every time I see you, you look better, you look better. Yo, how can I get on your plan? So I began to venture out into personal training, and a lot of people have wanted to train with me and uh, get me to get them in shape, and I find joy in that. I actually have a passion for it to see me be able to bring somebody else's vision to light or be able to help somebody get where they want to be physically. And so I just invested in that and I became great at it.
Some people are aware of your work as an online content creator. How did you first get into that?
So years ago, like shortly after I got into the stripping industry, I was approached by several different porn companies. Instantly I declined them because I didn't really know anything about it. Uh, Long story short, they kept coming at me. They kept adding more money to the approach, and I instantly went for it. At one point, uh, I did a very short porn career. If I be real with you, I have done maybe less porn work than most content creators, but I just capitalized off uh, the ones that I did. So I didn't do porn every week. I didn't do porn every month. I might have did a video once or twice every 2 or 3 months, and just for a period of time, you know. And those videos carried me uh, to a certain degree. It got a lot more exposure than I expected, and so people just always see me as a content creator or an adult entertainer, but so much more than that. So that's another reason why I got out of it.
When you do online adult content, how do you in that space establish respect? Because a lot of people, we talk about this with all the adult content creators who come on. A lot of people, they lack a sense of respect for it, even though they watch it all the time. So, how do you maintain respect in that capacity?
So life is always about not about what you do, but how you do it. So the respect comes from people seeing certain things online that they don't see when they see me.
So, you make sure to still carry yourself a particular kind of way.
Absolutely. You can't approach me any kind of way. You can't say anything you want to say to me any kind of way. And vice versa. The way that I expect respect, I give it. I don't approach people. I don't say certain things to people. Again, it's not what you do, it's how you do. I move in a certain way.
Is this something that your family has known about?
So let me just break something down really quick. So I am fluently bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I like girls just as much as I like guys. So my family is used to me having a wife, having girlfriends. They didn't know. And then I come from my father's a preacher. I come from a spiritual background. So
Yeah.
of course I had to go through that and listen to those sermons and one-on-one conversations and a lot of hard moments that I wasn't prepared for. Like I said, if I could have lived a low-key situation, I would have been that. Uh, Most women and ladies that I sleep with, they know off top. I let them know, hey, listen, I'm fluently bisexual. I fuck with dudes. You might hear X, Y, and Z. And 90% of the women that I tell, they respect it and they fuck with me anyway.
Yeah. Why do you think they still go through with it?
Number one, because I'm different. You know, I don't give the same energy that everybody else do. And then number two, people respect honesty over anything, bro. If you come at somebody and you give them the option to deal with who you really are, that is commendable, whether they want to or not. They still like, damn, they trusted me enough to let me know something that they could have just tried to play me on. You know, a lot of people play games, especially here in Atlanta.
When did you recognize you were bisexual, and how did you learn to accept it?
That was hard. So right after my mom passed, I went through a lot of different things and I ended up venturing away from home and I met a lot of interesting people and I saw things that I never saw. And I was placed in a position to either judge or indulge. And I kind of got caught in the moment and things happened and I let them, I accepted it, and then I just moved forward from there.
Okay. Where did you learn to accept your sexuality?
After my family found out, it was more so like, at this point, nobody is more important in my life to me than them.
Mm-hmm.
And if they had to find out in a way of me not telling them, I'd rather expose me first before anyone else has the opportunity to. And then, like I said, the way I carry myself, regardless of how I move sexually, people respect me anyway. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I can go in any room, I can go pretty much in any hood, I can be anywhere because I know how to move. I don't walk in the room and operate based off my sexuality. Oh, I'm attracted to that person, so I got to talk to them. Or I'm attracted to this person, so I just go in a room and be myself. And if it's meant to happen or the universe aligns it or whatever the case may be, I cross those bridges when I get there, but I don't force it.
I'm curious to know, like, especially having a religious father, did you struggle on a spiritual level with your sexuality?
There were definitely moments where I struggled, I prayed, I asked God to take it away from me. I went through the whole I want to be delivered process, all of those things. I grew up knowing the entire Bible. I could sit here and quote the scriptures back and forth. We could have a spiritual debate, but my father's 100% accepting of me.
Mm.
My family loves me. Like I'm like the go-to in my family. Like my whole family adores me. So uh, with me accepting what it is that I cannot change, I said, God, if you wanted my life to be different, if you wanted something else for my life and for the vision that I have for me, you would have already created that. You would have made that happen. And you would have turned off things that I don't want. You know, I've asked not to have this. I've prayed to you for you to change my mind, my thoughts, my feelings, and different things like that. And that has not happened. And so it takes me to Peter in the Bible, when Peter talked about the thorn in his side. A lot of people speculated what that thorn could be. You know, out of all of the men in the Bible and all of the women that were involved with them, Peter happens to be a man that was not involved with no woman. Peter had certain situations, but the way he carried himself, you wouldn't know or you wouldn't assume that. But then that thorn that he always talked about and that God said, I'm going to just leave there. It's like your questions would be, God, well, what was that?
Mm-hmm.
What was that really him being attracted to men? Was that homosexuality? What was it? And why didn't you take that thorn from him?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so I kind of feel like that mystery guy. I kind of feel like there's a thorn here that is meant to be here for a reason.
In my opinion, sexuality is just as natural as somebody having green eyes or the next person having brown eyes, the next person having blue eyes. But in your opinion, when it comes to religion and sexuality, do you think that is one of the sole reasons a lot of people kind of struggle to accept their sexuality?
Absolutely. I'll say this. When the Bible was written and the things that happened in the Bible and the stories that were told, God was very strategic in how he did things. When he made Adam, he said it's not good for man to be alone. So he made a woman as his helpmeet so that they could reproduce and have X, Y, and Z. However, God is also a God of love. And I think that sometimes, and I'll use another scripture and I'll stay away from the Bible. The Bible says we were born into sin, we were shaped into iniquity. And so a lot of people lose focus on the word shape. But that shape means after we were born, we saw things that drew us. We saw things that made us like something that we might not have naturally would have done. But are we wrong for that? We were exposed to things. Our heart was pulled in another direction.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if everybody was supposed to be created 100% perfect, then what need would it be for God? What need would you have a relationship with him if everything fell into order how people say it's supposed to be? Okay, everybody's supposed to have a family, everybody's supposed to be married, everybody's supposed to have kids, everybody's supposed to be 100% straight. Then what need and what use would you have for God? Why
So
would you pray?
it sounds like, in a way, when you are exposed to these kind of lived contradictions, in a way, it helps to expand your faith in a way. You have to look at God a little bit differently, right?
Absolutely, but and I said I was going to stay away from the Bible, but unfortunately, having these conversations just open up things. The Bible says, "Without faith, it's impossible to please God." Faith is also the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. I don't necessarily see it, but because of my faith in God, I'm still pleasing in His eyesight because I still believe what it is that He said. Even if I can't change it, I'm not God. It's not my responsibility to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Mm-hmm.
do believe what He said. If that makes sense.
In a way, the bisexual part of your identity is something that you still have to work through in regards to your walk with God, in a way.
Correct.
Is that hard for you?
It's not. First of all, he without sin cast the first stone. So I know that no matter how good or perfect I try to be, uh, I would never be 100% perfect to him. And the Bible also specifies that our righteousness is like filthy rags unto God. So even if we 100% think we got it right to man and we try to prove this point and show people and show man how perfect we are and how much we live for God, God is somewhere on the other side saying, yeah, you're doing that. That's a good job, but you can do better right here. Or you're not good enough right here. Oh, I see the real you. You might show them that, but I know what you're thinking. And so as a man thinketh, so is he. So a liar won't tear in the eyesight of God, and I've never been one to lie. So most people respect me for my honesty. So I'm the type of person, I don't try to force something that's not. If it's not there, I don't 100% feel it, then I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, I'm 100% straight just because I like girls and I like pussy. I also like men. I like boys and I like booty.
How do you find the balance between, being a sometimes, adult entertainer and your spirituality?
So I'm trying to 100% evolve away from the whole adult industry. I said that to say I desire to do acting full time. I'm getting ready to open up my own gym. I have a very high clientele in fitness. Man, God has been good to me. He's opened so many different doors, and it's my desire to work in acting and fitness full time, and to be away from that. And although it will never leave, I want to do so many other great things until the adult entertainment industry is the last thing people talk about as it relates to me.
It sounds like you find the adult entertainment industry limiting in some way.
Kind of, sort of. It just it puts you in a box and it puts this stigma on you. So I give an example of what I mean. I've done straight porn, I've done straight content, but when I did gay porn and gay content, people capitalized off that. It went to levels and platforms that I never imagined that it would go. And so it instantly to the public or the media made me 100% gay, and that's 100% false.
Yeah.
However, that's the look that they put me in. Oh yeah, he's a gay porn star. He's this person in the community. He's that person in the community. And really, if I be honest with you, and no disrespect towards the community, I've always been a one man for himself type of thing, because we get to compartmentalize these things when it comes to community, when it comes to racism, when it comes to family and blood, and all of those things are ass backwards. We always oftentimes talk about Black Lives Matter, but we're the most who attack each other the most. We hurt each other the most. It's not other races and other nationalities, it's us. Even in the community, it's not, oh, okay, well, we stand with each other, we love each other, we love on each other. Is who can have the most clout, uh, who's the most fashionably forward, uh, what clique are you in, who's better than this person, who's better than that person. And then when something happens, everybody want to automatically come together. But in the midst of the limelight, social media, and in front of the cameras, we're fighting each other, we're exposing each other, we're talking shit about each other, we're talking about stuff that constantly brings us down. So like, who are we really? Who is the community? Who, like, these are questions that I have for people that oftentimes talk about community or Black Lives Matter or different things like that. I want people to ask themselves, is this really something that I want to be a part of? And before I become a part of it, let me know who I'm connecting with so I can know who they are.
Do you think that I guess it's a sort of friction that exists in the community has impacted your decision to also want to move away from adult entertainment, or is that primarily because of your bigger goals?
My initial answer to your question about the community, uh, there was a video that I did with the rapper DaBaby,
Yeah.
and one of my agents, she hit me up. She said, "Hey, I sent over 4 other guys information. DaBaby's casting this video. He's looking for a lead male role in his video, and he really wasn't satisfied with those guys. You mind if I send your information?" I was like, "Cool." I didn't think nothing else about it. I didn't go down memory lane thinking about, oh yeah, DaBaby got into it with the gays and the gays don't like him and whoop, whoop. Didn't think nothing about that. I got a call back. My agent was like, yo, he loves you. Like, here's all of the information. Can you show up tomorrow morning on set at 8 a.m.? So I said, okay, cool. I literally went. He saw me and instantly knew who I was from my pictures. He was like, oh, hey, Mustang, yes, sir, I need you here. So him, everybody on set, it's like people gravitated to me. And it was like a warm feeling that I didn't feel before. But I didn't feel the need to say, yo, DaBaby, let me pull you aside, bro. Hey, FYI, I'm bisexual. I like boys too. I didn't feel the need to expose that because he didn't hire me for that. He hired me to do a job. He hired me to show up and come and work. And for me, I know how to separate work from sexuality. I know how to separate family from sexuality. I know how to separate friends from sexuality. There has to be some sort of separation in your personal life as it relates to intimacy and your work life and other people that are involved in your life that is now on that level. And so, long story short, everything was great. He ended up putting the video out the day before my birthday. And I had so many people hitting me up. It was like 3.8 million views. People was like, oh my God, Mustang, congratulations. I see you in DaBaby new music video. What are you doing? Big shit. Fell asleep. I woke up an hour later. I saw bloggers. I saw, oh, DaBaby cast gay porn star Mustang in his new music video. And so instantly I was just like, oh my God. So I kept reading. The comments got worse. They got worse. And so DaBaby's agent reached out to me and was like, yo, what the fuck, bro? You bisexual? You gay? Like, we didn't know this. Like, are you seeing the comments? Are you getting the emails? Are you getting the notifications? I said, hey, let me call you back. So I called my agent. She was like, yeah, I know. She was like, oh my God, Mustang, I'm so sorry. And then I went through a lot of things that I was reading. People was adding me at different things, and people were saying certain stuff. Every negative comment that I read, I'm gonna look you in your face and tell you, every negative comment that I read, 90% of them was from the LGBTQIA community. You know, and so I looked at a lot of that stuff. And then even the people that made negative comments, some of them started sliding in my DMs. Man,
Wow.
Mustang, that's fucked up. That's fucked up that DaBaby did you like that. Whoop de whoop de whoop. DaBaby did this. He's so homophobic. Why would you go work with a homophobe anyway? Yada, yada, yada.
And what
Mind you,
did he take you out of the video?
yeah, he did. But he took the entire video down.
Wow.
He deleted the entire video. But we had a conversation about it. And I respect him to this day. He never said not one negative thing about me at all. Not in the media, not in the blogs. The only thing he said was, I did not know. He also said, the only reason that I'm removing this video is because the video has gotten lost from the song and the message, and it's 100% about your sexuality. And I 100% agree with that. He also gave me some hush money to keep it, but I told him, I said, I'm not upset with you. You know who my problem was with, and the people that it made me question. And one thing about it, I'm a man. I've always been that. I ain't scared of shit, and I'm gonna always stand on the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I questioned everybody that said they rocked with me and they was for me, and everybody from the LGBT community, not the whole community, but the people that had shit to say that was negative. It made me question them because y'all trying to spin this on DaBaby. DaBaby casted me. He produced the video. He put the video out. He was never the problem. You motherfuckers that couldn't congratulate me and just say, hey, I see you making moves, man. Congratulations, woo, woo, woo. Y'all all had to bring all this attention to him about me. And it was fucked up. And for me, I'm not going to sit here and let you shift blame like he was just all 100% wrong. Did he have to delete the video? Not necessarily. But did you motherfuckers have to go and say, run down my resume, tell him how many niggas have sucked my dick, sending him pictures and screenshots of me getting head from niggas? Like, the weird shit they did was so fucking crazy and disrespectful to me. And I was just like, bro, like, his agent sent me pictures. People sent this nigga screenshots of me doing gay porn. My thing was, why did you take it that far?
Mm-hmm.
What were you proving? Have I done anything to you? I haven't hurt you guys. I don't speak on a lot of shit. I don't agree with a lot of shit, but I don't talk about stuff. I don't get involved in mess. I don't be in drama. I'm never in the blogs as it relates to shit. But other than when I'm making a career move and people don't understand how I got here, they always bring some baggage from the adult entertainment career that I used to be in fluently. They always bring that to minimize what I'm doing now. And that, to me, that's a problem. That hurts me. That bothers me. And even though I can own the shit that I've done because I'm a grown man. Again, I know how to move. I don't mix my work and my sex life every time I do something. Like if you hire me to be a contractor at your house, you say, hey, I need you to come do roofing on my roof. I don't feel like I got to tell you, yo, I'm a bisexual guy. I'm a bisexual contractor. You know, what does that have to do with the work you're asking me to do? And
Mm-hmm.
are you not going to hire me because now you know that I'm bisexual? You're going to hire me based on the reviews that you saw that, hey, he's an A1 contractor. He gets the job done. He's better than the other 3 contractors I looked at. He knows what the fuck he's doing. So let me get this guy.
Do you think it would have been as big of a problem if they would have sent over screenshots to you with, a woman doing porn?
Not at all. But again, the gay community, they're not going to do that. They want to compartmentalize me and put me in this box to where, oh, well, DaBaby, I know you hate gay people, but a nigga that you just hired to be the lead in your video, he fucked niggas. So let me send you this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. They're not going to send you some shit of me fucking a bitch or a bitch sucking my dick.
Yeah.
Excuse my expression for the no disrespect to the ladies, but of a female sucking my dick or me having sex with a female, they don't send that type of stuff.
What do you think the point was of these folks in our community going out of their way to do that?
Number one, they were mad at him. And then he had a thing where he was at a concert and he made some comments or statements concerning gay people.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexual transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if your pussy smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air. Fellas.
Lights up.
Fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air.
Let's be real about this shit.
Yeah, keep it fucking real.
Some of y'all niggas suspect as a motherfucker.
Something I had heard about after the fact. I didn't even know that existed. And a lot of gay people tried to cancel him in general. He even went back and made an apology for what he said or whatever the case may be. And I think that had a lot to do with it. But then again, if I'm your brother, if I'm somebody that you look up to in the community, if I'm somebody that you respect, because every time I go out of my door anywhere and I run into anybody gay, 9 times out of 10, they show me so much respect and love. And if that's how you feel about me, why did you go out of your way to bring me down? You wasn't bringing DaBaby down.
Do you, let's just talk about it. Do you also think that was some jealousy from some folks to see somebody from our community get an opportunity that could help them move up a level?
All the time. Even my very small circle that I fuck with, like when I post people, because I have more straight friends than I do gay ones. When I post people or work I do with people or different places like that, the gays be in their inboxes. I'm talking about fast. And I don't even be looking for shit like that, but we're so locked in. They be like, one of the cats that followed you tried me, or they said X, Y, and Z, they'll show me. And I'll be like, why do you think everybody I'm associated to got to get down on the low, or they fuck around, or everybody, like, what is it with the social media shit? Like, can we not just do work? Can we not actually just be cool? Like, what is it that when I post people or people that I fuck with or people that's in my circle, why do you guys go after them and trying to fuck with them?
Yeah.
Or trying to find out if we got something going on with each other? At the end of the day, I'm a man. And 9 times out of 10, we don't. But if we did, I wouldn't tell you.
When it comes to making this transition away from a career in primarily adult entertainment, what keeps you from having any regrets about your career thus far moving forward?
I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I didn't know that when I got into it, it was literally to get some extra money and just move about my way. And although it took me through a lot of hell, it also created the very first platform that I had that was major, that people knew about me worldwide. I was able to travel the world because of it. I've been places that I never thought I would go. I've seen things that I never thought I would see. So the experience for me, I made worth it. Had I known back then what I know now, I would have never went that route. I just would have went through the process and still would have been able to eventually get here, but I wouldn't have went that route. But at the end of the day, what God has for me is for me. So I went that route and I'm still here. It was only because I kept the mindset to say, I'm not going to let the community or the world keep me in a box to where porn is the only thing that I could do. Because initially I only did it for the money. I never planned on making a career out of it anyway. So I'm going to quickly get out of that. But I'll say this to say to other people that might listen to this interview, that just because you went a route that you felt you shouldn't have went doesn't mean that you can't get back on track and go the route that you're supposed to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't let anybody stop you from your dreams. If you have them, capitalize off them, invest in them, wake up doing something daily to contribute to that dream and watch it come to pass.
Last question, Mustang, when it comes to legacy, when we look at your overall contributions to this industry, to the work that you put in, what do you want your legacy to be?
That I'm a mentor, I'm a hustler, and that my name will forever live on as one of the greatest to ever do it.